Episode 6. The Law, Written on Your Heart, God's Final Covenant with His People. There is a powerful promise echoing throughout the Bible, a covenant so intimate, so transformational, that it goes far beyond obedience for fear of judgment. It is the New Covenant. But contrary to popular belief, the New Covenant doesn't abolish the 10 Commandments. It engraves them deeper, not on stone, but on the human heart. Hebrews 8:10 declares, "This is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts." This is not the cancellation of the law. This is the internalization of it. God's final covenant with His people is not based on ritual, tradition, or church membership. It's based on whether His law lives inside you, not just memorized, but cherished, not just spoken, but obeyed from the heart. Psalm 40:8 mirrors this exact desire. "I delight to do thy will, O my God. Yea, thy law is within my heart." The true believer doesn't obey because they must, but because they love the one who wrote the law. The commandments become a joy, not a burden. Now listen carefully. Satan hates this covenant. He wants to erase the law from your mind and replace it with emotionalism, false doctrine, and man-made religion. Why? Because he knows that a people with God's law written on their hearts are unstoppable. They are sealed, protected, and ready for judgment. And that's exactly what the Bible teaches. In the last days, a people will emerge who keep the commandments of God and have the faith of Jesus. Revelation 14:12 describes them. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. Notice, not just faith, but faith and obedience. Grace and law, heart and action. This is the remnant that will stand in the final hour. Now compare that to most churches today. The 10 Commandments are mocked, edited, or ignored. The Sabbath is trampled. Idolatry is repackaged as veneration. God's name is blasphemed in comedy, music, and even the pulpit. And those who speak up, labeled legalists or fanatics. But make no mistake, the new covenant is not lawlessness. It is lawfulness, empowered by the Holy Spirit. Ezekiel 36:26-27 prophesied this very work. "A new heart also will I give you, and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them." That's the gospel. Jesus doesn't just forgive you, He changes you. He gives you a new heart that loves what He loves and hates what He hates. And what does He love? "If you love me, keep my commandments." John 14:15. The last generation on earth will face a final test. Will they follow God's law or bow to man's traditions? That's the battle of revelation. That's the war of worship. And only those who have God's law written on their hearts will have the strength to remain faithful. Friend, this isn't just about being religious. It's about being redeemed and transformed. It's about becoming a living testimony that God's grace is not weak. It is powerful enough to produce obedience in the darkest hour. So ask yourself, has God's law been written on your heart? Because in the end, heaven is not for those who heard the law, but for those who loved it.